Now I'm joined by John Feerick, who is the CEO of Sligo Leader. John, you're very welcome to the studio.
Thanks very much.
So for any of us that don't know, what is Sligo Leader? We see the name everywhere, we see it on lots of funding and on the signs when work is done. Could you give us a brief description of what is the role of Sligo Leader?
Sure, absolutely. And you're absolutely right. People automatically assume when they see Sligo Leader, it's all about taking the checkbook out, writing a check for all these various different
Give us
projects.
the money quick.
And it's great because we're well placed to help and assist community groups with projects like this, and indeed community centres across Sligo looking to convert into digital hub space or childcare facilities or anything like that. But I suppose to sum up Sligo Leader, we have 8 or 9 different programmes going all the time, and the Leader funding is only really one aspect of that.
Oh, right, okay.
So we also have a programme called SciCap, which is your social inclusion community activation program. Okay. So that's a really, really good program because that supports people that want to get back into self-employment. You've got health and well-being. You've got a lot of different supports in terms of people will say who might need some supports in terms of wellness and all of those different things. Interview skills, CV
so getting back into employment. And I know you're highly involved in some event support or some help and funding, or even advice and training as well. It's kind of widely based, but it's a huge. And I know you were recently praised by MEP Chris McManus, saying how the work you're doing is really good. So it said you're doing a lot in Sligo that maybe not everyone sees every day.
We're lucky that we've 40 very good staff first and foremost across all the different programs. I mean, we have a lot of community activation programs now as well. We have the TOOS employment program.
Yes, of course.
We have the rural social scheme as well, of course. You see these guys out in yellow vests and all sorts of weather, helping maintain golf clubs and
whatever. It could be a wide variety of things. So
absolutely. Recently, then as well, we won the tender for the Sligo Leitrim local area employment service. So we're just in the process of setting that up at the moment. We're at implementation stage. Of course, one of the other things we did last year, we moved offices, so we've an office down in Dorley Park now, but we also have our employment services centre really as such on Pierce Road. So
it's getting bigger and bigger.
It's getting bigger, but as I said to you, it's down to the incredible staff we have, and then obviously we have all of these participants across the different schemes. And actually in this building, we have an office also because we have...
So you're spreading your wings.
Yeah, our next move, community employment supervisor is based in this office, Mary Kathleen. So it's great, and it's great to be able to utilise facilities like this as well.
Well, something you played a part in, and then you can use it yourselves. And I'm sure some of the other stakeholders here, whether it's the Sligo County Council, Western Development Commission, etc., they're probably going to use this for meetings and that as well. So it's really good.
Absolutely,
for a wide way.
This is exactly what you need, and I suppose for me that's what Sligo Leader is all about. It's a bottoms up, really community focused organisation in terms of helping out at all the different levels.
And I know you've been to the forefront of the Innovating Communities programme. So, what is that about, or what's the key function of that? Okay, so Innovating Communities is something I'm very passionate about.
It's a cooperative project that we have with a number of other border counties. So the likes of Cavan, Monaghan, Leitrim, Donegal, they're all running it also.
Okay.
So Innovating Communities, what it is, to summarise it, first of all, it's this phrase design thinking, which sounds obscure to a lot of people. But if I was to summarise what is design thinking, it's basically problem solving. I suppose identifying what the problem is and then trying to find the solution. And a little bit of reverse engineering. But it's a great opportunity for community groups to come together. I mean, we've various different ones going at the moment. Sligo Tourism have one going at the moment. Ballymote, we're there every Thursday night as well, and they're looking at setting up, we'll say, a community type organisation, which would be like an umbrella group to represent all the different groups
within their area. So you kind of assisting them to mentorship and trying to keep them, help them along if they need any advice.
So it's like training really effectively, and then I suppose we can row in with supports through our SciCap, social enterprise grants and leader funding and so on. So it's a great way of getting community groups into that space and finding out what's needed.
And you have such connectivity yourselves with so many other organisations, you could see something in a community and go, listen, we know the person who's going to help you with that. So you're a fountain of information and support and mentoring. So it's really much more than just, there's their name in a sign. What do they do? So you're really hands-on in the community a lot as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose one of the key priorities, I suppose, in our leader transition funding at the moment is climate action and environment.
Okay.
So again, that is also a course that we've run through Innovating Communities, and that was where a number of people came together to try again put together a plan that can be rolled out at a local level. Yeah. So that's a big thing, and there is funding available for it. That's the great thing about it.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people like the climate crisis, but they're like, what can I do? A lot of people can't know, like, how do I do more? So again, you're the forefront again, trying to support that.
You see, and I suppose a lot of community groups, they're looking at, okay, how can they reduce their energy bills at the moment? Obviously,
that's the key one. Have you any emergency course on that, by the way?
Do you put in PV panels? Do you put in electric chargers for cars? And all of these little things, I suppose, are rolling out bit by bit.
Yeah.
And as I said, the key point there is the funding is there. Like, we have 900,000 euros there that has to be used in the transition fund by the end of this year.
Okay.
And then we'll have a new programme ready to roll out at the start of 2023, I hope.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll talk to the Minister about that later.
And I mean, I suppose for you, as much as anyone here today, it must be fabulous to walk in this building and kind of see another project you've been involved in come to fruition. And again, I've said it all day, like the local group here in the committee seem to have done sterling work altogether.
Phenomenal work. And I mean, look at it. It's a real credit to everybody who's been involved in it. And I don't say this lightly when I say, like, these are volunteers who have put their life and blood into this, and look at what they have now as a result of it. No. And I've no doubt they'll go on to expand and make things greater and greater as the years go on, I think
a space like this there'll be a few energetic heads within the community maybe that'll kind of come in here, get involved, get more innovative themselves, and that'll help the whole thing lift. And
I can tell you straight off, I'm after coming from a meeting Tullamore with other local development companies, and they're all watching this space. They're all looking at what the likes of Chroi has done in Tubbercurry and how that can be how that can be rolled out across other counties as well. It's
great to see. Well, John, thanks so much for coming in and chatting.
And
well done to you and your team. As you said, it's a wide-ranging team in Sligo Leaders, so well done, and long may the good work continue.
As you said, it's great to be here, and it's great to see this success story being unveiled. Okay. So thanks so much.
Lovely. Thanks very much, John.
Thank you.